Why 99 of people stay average and how to break free. Most people never rise above an average life. They wake up, go through the motions, hope for change, wish for success, and then repeat the same day over and over again. They don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they never learn what separates the one from everyone else. The truth is harsh, but necessary. 99 of people stay average because they never take control of their mind, their habits, but their identity. This is the truth almost nobody wants to hear because it forces responsibility. Because it challenges comfort. Because it exposes the gap between what people want and what they're actually willing to do. The average person is not stupid. They're not untalented. They're not incapable. They're simply operating on autopilot, letting life happen instead of designing it. They underestimate their potential, overestimate their time, and fall into the same traps that keep billions of people stuck. There are three major reasons why the majority stay average. They live by emotion, not discipline. They seek comfort instead of growth. They never break the cycle of limiting identity. These three patterns create a life where dreams stay dreams and reality stays small. Most people wake up each day with intentions. Intentions to improve. Intentions to succeed. Intentions to grow. But intentions without action are illusions. And action without consistency leads nowhere. The 99 live by feelings. If they feel motivated, they work. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel stressed, they avoid. If they feel uncertain, they procrastinate. But the people who break free, the ones who rise, understand a truth the average person doesn't. Your feelings cannot be trusted with your future. Your feelings want comfort. Your future needs discipline. The average person follows their emotions like a compass, even though emotions point them in the wrong direction 90 of the time. They wait until they feel ready to start. They wait until they feel motivated to take action. They wait for the perfect moment that never comes. They live their life waiting instead of building. And the painful reality is this: if you wait to feel ready, you will waste your entire life. Because readiness is not a feeling. It's a decision. The second trap that keeps people average is something far more dangerous: comfort. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels familiar. Comfort feels easy. And because comfort feels good, most people chase it, not realizing that comfort is the silent killer of potential. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort destroys ambition. Comfort blinds vision. Comfort erases discipline. Nothing extraordinary is built inside comfort. Every great life, every accomplishment, every skill, every success was built by stepping into discomfort, enduring resistance, and pushing past limits. But average people don't push. They retreat. They stop when it gets difficult. They run when things feel unpleasant. They avoid the very situations that could transform them. So while the one used discomfort as a teacher, the 99 treat it like a threat. This leads to the third and deepest reason people stay average: a limited identity. Most people don't fail because they lack skill, but because they never challenge the story they tell themselves. They say things like, "I'm not that kind of person. I'm not good enough. I'm not talented. I'm not disciplined. I'm not confident. I'm not ready." These beliefs become chains. These stories become prisons. These assumptions become destiny. The truth is, nobody is naturally confident. Nobody is naturally disciplined. Nobody is naturally successful. These traits are built intentionally. But the average person never builds them because they don't believe they can. Their identity becomes the ceiling of their potential. They don't understand that identity is not fixed, it's formed. And it's formed by the habits you repeat. Do small things poorly, and you build a weak identity. Do small things consistently. And you build a strong identity. Do hard things repeatedly. And you build an unstoppable identity. This is why the one rise, they master their identity by mastering their habits. So how do you break free from the 99? How do you escape average? How do you stop living on autopilot and start living with intention? You begin by adopting one powerful truth: your life will be shaped by the standards you set, not the circumstances you face. Average people adapt to their circumstances. Extraordinary people adapt their circumstances to their standards. Average people react to life. Extraordinary people design life. Average people wait for opportunities. Extraordinary people create opportunities. It starts with a shift. A shift in how you think. A shift in how you act. A shift in who you believe you can become. To break free from average, you must do the things average people will not do. Show up when you don't feel like it. Choose discipline over comfort. Do the hard things first. Build habits that outlast motivation. Say no to distractions. Walk away from people who keep you small. Challenge your identity daily. Because the truth is simple, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And average people have average habits. But the moment you begin to build extraordinary habits, the moment you stop waiting and start doing, everything begins to change. Your identity shifts. Your confidence grows. Your opportunities expand. Your future opens. And that is how you break free. If you truly want to understand why 99% of people stay average, you have to look deeper than their actions. You have to look at the patterns that control their actions. Patterns are powerful. Patterns are invisible. Patterns run your life whether you notice them or not. And the average person spends decades trapped in patterns they never consciously chose. One of the biggest patterns keeping people average is lack of self-awareness. Most people don't know what they want. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they stand for. They don't know their strengths, they don't know their weaknesses. And they don't know the mindset that drives their behavior. Instead, they drift, letting society, culture, habits, and fear shape their path. The average person allows life to shape them. The extraordinary person shapes life. The average person doesn't understand their own mind. They don't understand why they procrastinate. They don't understand why they give up quickly. They don't understand why they feel anxious or lost or undisciplined. They try to fix the symptoms without addressing the root cause. The root cause is always identity. You can't force yourself into greatness if deep down you still see yourself as average. You can't build success with a mindset designed for survival. And you can't expect extraordinary outcomes from a version of you that still clings to limiting beliefs. Average people stay average because they never challenge who they believe they are. They believe discipline is something other people have. They believe confidence is something other people are born with. They believe success is something other people deserve. They believe struggle is a sign to stop, not a sign to grow. These beliefs shape every decision they make. And over time, these decisions create an average life. Another reason 99% stay average is because they seek shortcuts instead of mastery. Average people want quick success, fast results, instant gratification. They want the prize without the process, the achievement without the sacrifice, the destination without the journey. They jump from idea to idea, hoping to find the easiest path. But there is no easy path. Every skill worth having requires repetition. Every success story requires effort. Every transformation requires sacrifice. The one understand this. They commit to mastery, not shortcuts. They know that the person who repeats the right habits consistently will always outperform the person who seeks shortcuts endlessly. The average person also stays average because they are addicted to distraction. Their attention is scattered. Their mind is overstimulated. Their time is drained by things that do not matter: endless scrolling, dopamine hits, entertainment loops, mindless consumption. They mistake being busy for being productive. They mistake knowing a lot for growing. They spend so much time consuming that they leave no time for creating. And creativity, building, doing, practicing, is what separates the average from the extraordinary. Distraction steals their potential, 1 minute at a time. But the most dangerous trap of all, the one that keeps the 99 stuck, is this: they fear discomfort more than they fear regret. The average person avoids discomfort like it's poison. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid difficult habits. They avoid difficult tasks. They avoid difficult emotions. They avoid difficult decisions. But discomfort is the currency of growth. Discomfort is where transformation happens. Discomfort exposes your weaknesses so you can strengthen them. The 99 don't grow because they run from the very experiences that would evolve them. Meanwhile, the ones step into discomfort willingly. Not because it feels good, but because they know that on the other side of discomfort is capability, and on the other side of capability is freedom. This brings us to the most important part of the script: how to break free. Breaking free from average is not about working harder. It's about working differently. It's about thinking differently. It's about becoming someone different. To break free, you must first break the cycle of your old identity. You must question the beliefs that hold you back. You must become a student of your own mind. You must understand your patterns so you can change them. You must ask, is this habit building me or breaking me? Is this belief empowering me or limiting me? Is this choice moving me forward or holding me back? Extraordinary people ask these questions daily. Average people never ask them at all. To break free, you must also change your relationship with discomfort. Stop avoiding it. Start embracing it. If something scares you, do it. If something challenges you, pursue it. If something feels uncomfortable, it's probably exactly what you need. Growth lives in the places average people refuse to go. To break free, you must master consistency. Not perfection. Not motivation. Not intensity. Consistency. Because consistency builds identity. And identity shapes destiny. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you vote for the future version of yourself. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen the foundation of your life. Every time you take action without excuses, you step into the one. Breaking free is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the strongest, most disciplined, most capable version of yourself. That version exists. It is waiting to be built. And the moment you stop acting like the 99, you begin to rise into the one. The biggest reason 99% of people stay average is because they never recognize how much power they truly have. They underestimate their ability to change. They underestimate their ability to improve. They underestimate their ability to reinvent themselves. And when you underestimate yourself, you naturally settle for the bare minimum in your habits, your relationships, your standards, your dreams, and your life. Average is not a condition, it's a choice made slowly over time. A choice made out of fear. A choice made out of comfort. A choice made out of habit. A choice made out of limiting beliefs. And most people keep making that choice because they think the cost of changing is higher than the cost of staying the same. But that's the lie that keeps billions of people stuck. Because the cost of staying average isn't small, it's everything. It's your potential. It's your confidence. It's your freedom. It's your future. The 99 don't realize that average becomes a trap. A soft trap. A comfortable trap. It doesn't hurt at first. It doesn't scare you at first. It doesn't wake you up at first. But slowly, it begins to close in. You start feeling stuck. You start feeling behind. You start feeling unfulfilled. You start feeling lost. You start feeling disconnected from your own potential. Average is a slow death, a death of ambition, of identity, of dreams. But why do so many people fall into this trap? Because most people live their life reacting instead of creating. They react to circumstances, to pressure, to stress, to other people's expectations. They are shaped by the world instead of shaping the world. They are pulled by comfort instead of pushed by purpose. They allow life to happen to them instead of building life for themselves. But here's the truth the one understand: your life becomes extraordinary the moment you decide to stop reacting and start creating. The moment you stop waiting for the right time. The moment you stop needing permission. The moment you stop negotiating with excuses. The moment you stop choosing what's easy over what's necessary. Average people never reach that moment. But the ones who break free understand that greatness is not an ability, it's a decision. There are 3 major shifts that transform an average life into an extraordinary one. Shift 1: raise your standards. Your standards determine your behavior. Your behavior determines your habits. Your habits determine your identity. Your identity determines your destiny. The 99 don't have high standards. They have low standards, flexible standards, emotional standards. They allow themselves to slack off when they feel tired. They allow themselves to procrastinate when stressed. They allow themselves to quit when things get difficult. They allow themselves to accept relationships that drain them. They allow themselves to settle for less than they deserve. But the one hold themselves to a different level. Their standards are not emotional, they're non-negotiable. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They push themselves even when no one is watching. They stay consistent even when it's inconvenient. They invest in themselves even when it's uncomfortable. When you raise your standards, you raise your life. Because your standards act as the minimum level of acceptable behavior for who you are becoming. If you want to break free from average, start here. Stop accepting the easy version of yourself. Shift 2: take responsibility for everything. Average people blame someone or something for their circumstances. My parents didn't support me. My boss is unfair. My city has no opportunities. My past holds me back. My situation is difficult. These things may be true, but blaming them keeps you powerless. The one don't play the blame game. They take responsibility for their life, even when it's unfair. Not because they caused everything, but because they can change anything. When you take responsibility, you gain control. When you gain control, you gain power. When you gain power, you gain direction. Responsibility is the doorway out of average. The moment you say, "I choose my life," everything begins to shift. Shift 3: do what average people refuse to do. Average people avoid discomfort, consistency, effort, discipline, hard decisions, difficult conversations, delayed gratification, self-reflection, accountability. The one run toward these things. Not because they enjoy them, but because they understand something average people don't: extraordinary lives come from doing the things ordinary people avoid. You don't break free by doing what everyone else is doing. You break free by doing what everyone else refuses to do. That one decision separates you from the 99. If you want to stop being average, you don't need a miracle. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more inspiration. You only need to do one thing: stop acting like the average version of yourself. Because the truth is this: you are not average. You've just been living below your potential. You've just been following the wrong patterns. You've just been listening to the wrong voice in your head. You've just been stuck in a cycle you never consciously chose. But cycles can be broken. Patterns can be changed. Identities can be rebuilt. Futures can be redesigned. And it all starts the moment you decide that average is no longer acceptable. There is a moment in life, a moment every extraordinary person encounters, where they realize that breaking free from average is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice. A conscious, deliberate, unwavering choice to stop living like the 99 and start operating like the 1. But this choice does not magically transform your life. It requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. And this is where most people stop. This is where the average stays average. Because they want a different life without becoming a different person. But the one understand a profound truth: your life will never rise until you rise. Your results will never exceed your identity. If you want more, you must become more. If you want change, you must change. If you want a different life, you must build a different version of yourself. This is uncomfortable. But it's also liberating, because it means you are not trapped. You are not stuck. You are not doomed to average. You simply have to rebuild the habits, beliefs, and identity that shape your reality. Let's talk about the deeper habits that keep people average, the habits most people don't even realize they have. The habit of avoidance. Average people spend their lives avoiding responsibility, avoiding discomfort, avoiding self-reflection, avoiding hard decisions, avoiding risk, avoiding growth. They hide behind distractions. They hide behind excuses. They hide behind busyness. They hide behind fear. Avoidance gives temporary relief, but permanent regret. The one do the opposite. They confront. They engage. They take action even when uncomfortable. They don't wait for problems to disappear, they address them and grow stronger. The habit of emotional decision-making. Average people make decisions based on how they feel. I don't feel like working today. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel confident. But feelings are unreliable. They change with sleep, mood, weather, stress, and environment. The person who allows feelings to dictate action will always be controlled by the weakest parts of themselves. The one act according to commitment, not emotion. They understand a simple truth: you don't need to feel like it, you just need to do it. The habit of living for validation. Most people stay average because they are constantly seeking approval. They want to be liked more than they want to be successful. They want to fit in more than they want to grow. They want comfort rather than transformation. They shape their choices around other people's opinions. They silence their dreams because they fear judgment. They lower their standards because they fear standing out. The one choose respect over attention, purpose over popularity, progress over validation. The habit of low standards. The average person accepts behavior from themselves that the one would never tolerate. Average standards sound like, I'll try. I'll start next week. Good enough. At least I did something. These statements keep you trapped in mediocrity. Standards are the baseline of your identity. Raise the baseline, and your life rises with it. The one set standards that feel uncomfortable because they understand that comfort never created greatness. The habit of short-term thinking. Average people think in days and weeks. The extraordinary think in years and decades. Average people ask, what feels good now? The one ask, what will benefit me in 10 years? This shift in thinking alone separates the average from the exceptional. Because long-term thinking creates discipline, strategy, and momentum, while short-term thinking creates impulsiveness, distraction, and regret. The habit of consuming more than creating. The average person constantly consumes content, entertainment, opinions, drama, distractions, but consumption without action leads to stagnation. You can't binge your way into a better life. You can't scroll your way into success. You can't watch motivation and expect transformation. The one spend less time consuming and more time creating. Creating skills. Creating progress. Creating opportunities. Creating discipline. Creating identity. The habit of unconscious living. Average people drift. They live without intention. They wake up each day without a mission, without structure, without a plan. They repeat the same cycles because they never take a moment to step back and question them. But nothing changes until you become conscious of your patterns. Nothing evolves until you become aware of your choices. Nothing transforms until you start designing your life instead of reacting to it. Breaking free from average requires one thing before anything else: awareness. Awareness of your patterns. Awareness of your excuses. Awareness of your limitations. Awareness of your potential. Once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. Once you become aware of your average habits, you can decide to replace them with extraordinary ones. And this is where breakthrough begins. The moment you stop lying to yourself. The moment you stop avoiding responsibility. The moment you stop playing small to make others comfortable. The moment you stop lowering your standards to fit your environment. The moment you stop living unconsciously and start living intentionally. That's the moment you step out of the 99. That's the moment you begin to ascend. That's the moment you start building a life that very few people ever experience. Average is not a destiny. Average is a pattern. And patterns can be broken. There comes a turning point in every extraordinary life, a moment where a person realizes that greatness is not reserved for a select few. It is not predetermined. It is not inherited. It is not gifted. It is built. Brick by brick. Habit by habit. Day by day. That moment arrives when you understand the truth most people never learn: average is a choice. And so is excellence. The 99 don't stay average because they lack potential. They stay average because they never make the conscious decision to rise. They never draw a line in the sand and say, "Enough. I am done living below my potential. I am done repeating the same patterns. I am done settling for less than I know I can be." To break free from average, you must first break free from the version of yourself that accepts average. You must let go of your excuses. You must let go of your old identity. You must let go of the beliefs that kept you small. You must let go of the comfort that kept you weak. You must let go of the mindset that kept you trapped. The one don't rise because they have better resources. They rise because they have better standards. Better discipline. Better self-awareness. Better habits. Better decisions. But the most important thing they have, the one trait all extraordinary individuals share, is a relentless refusal to quit on themselves. While the 99 stop when it gets difficult, the one push forward. While the 99 wait until they feel ready, the one move while afraid. While the 99 chase comfort, the one chase growth. While the 99 fear failure, the one fear regret far more. And that fear of regret propels them forward. Regret is the language of the average. Regret is the echo of the life you didn't live. Regret is the price you pay for choosing comfort over growth. But regret is also a warning that you are capable of more, that your potential is calling you, that the life you want is waiting for you on the other side of your excuses. When you choose to break free from the 99, you choose a different kind of life. A life defined by intention. A life defined by discipline. A life defined by courage. A life defined by creating your own path instead of following the crowd. This life demands consistency. It demands sacrifice. It demands saying no to what feels good now so you can say yes to what feels incredible later. It demands that you face discomfort like a warrior, not run from it like a victim. But the reward is freedom, freedom that average people will never experience. Freedom to control your time. Freedom to build your future. Freedom to grow without limits. Freedom to choose who you become. When you stop living like the 99, you step into the version of yourself you were always meant to be, the version that thinks clearly, acts intentionally, and moves with purpose. But here's the part nobody tells you: breaking free is not about a massive change. It is about small, consistent changes that compound into a new identity. Waking up earlier. Saying no to distractions. Reading instead of scrolling. Working instead of wishing. Practicing instead of procrastinating. Choosing discipline over emotion. Choosing progress over perfection. Choosing growth over comfort. These micro decisions, invisible to everyone else, are what reshape your entire life. The 99 think they need a big moment to change. The 1 understand that every moment is an opportunity to change. The 99 wait for motivation. The 1 use momentum. The 99 hope things get better. The 1 make things better. The 99 want guarantees. The 1 trust the process. The 99 live in their comfort zone. The 1 build themselves through challenge. And the difference becomes visible over time, painfully, undeniably visible. If you want to escape the 99, you must choose the path most people never take, the path of discipline. The path of responsibility. The path of mastery. The path of self-respect. The path of long-term thinking. The path of conscious living. This path is not easy. But neither is living an average life. You simply choose your difficulty. The difficulty that shapes you into your highest self, or the difficulty that traps you in a life you don't want. Choose the path of growth and everything changes. Because once you stop seeing yourself as average, you stop acting average. Once you stop acting average, you stop living average. And once you stop living average, you begin creating a life only the 1 ever experience. Breaking free is not a fantasy. Breaking free is not impossible. Breaking free begins with 1 decision: I refuse to live like the 99. I will build myself into the 1. Make that decision today, and your future will never be the same.